Hello and welcome to BYJU'S IAS, presenting to you the daily quiz for 7th of August 2021. Let us begin and have a look at the first question for today. Which of the given statements with respect to UN World Food Programme is or are correct? It was founded at the United Nations World Humanitarian Summit. It is headquartered in Rome, Italy. It has been awarded the Nobel Peace Prize twice. Its priority is to achieve Sustainable Development Goal 2 by 2030. Why this question? This article in the Hindu newspaper today talks about growing hunger situation in Myanmar. Like many other nations, a major wave of COVID-19 infections is surging through Myanmar as well. And in the backdrop of political unrest, violence and displacement, hunger is spreading further and deeper in the country. In this context, the United Nations World Food Programme has said that it is short of funds to the tune of 70% of the $86 million that is needed over the next 6 months. Now coming back to the question. The first statement says that the United Nations World Food Programme was founded at the United Nations World Humanitarian Summit. While this summit was held in the year 2016, the United Nations World Food Programme was launched in the year 1961. Therefore, statement number 1 becomes incorrect. The World Food Programme, which is a joint organ of FAO, that is the Food and Agriculture Organization, and the United Nations, was launched in the year 1961 on an experimental basis. However, subsequently provisions were made for its continuation through subsequent resolutions. The focus of this program is on world hunger and food security. World Food Programme has its headquarters in Rome in Italy, so number 2 becomes correct. Coming to statement number 3. For the efforts it put to provide food assistance in conflict areas and to prevent the use of food as a weapon of war and conflict, the World Food Programme was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in the year 2020 and just once. Therefore, statement 3 becomes incorrect. Statement 4 says its priority is to achieve SDG 2. What is SDG 2? It is achieving zero hunger. Yes, it is the priority of United Nations World Food Programme to achieve zero hunger, that is Sustainable Development Goal 2 by the year 2030, making this statement correct. Therefore, the right answer to this question would be option C, 2 and 4 only. Moving on to question number 2. Consider the following statements with respect to Abanindranath Tagore. He founded the Indian Society of Oriental Art. Victory of Buddha is among his famous paintings. He wrote Amar Shonar Bangla, which helped ignite a feeling of nationalism amongst people. Which of the given statements is or are correct? First, let us have a look at the context. Abanindranath Tagore, a nephew of Rabindranath Tagore, was born in the year 1871 on the 7th of August. And 2021 marks the 150th birth anniversary of Abanindranath Tagore. And a year-long celebration to mark this event will begin today. And the Hindu newspaper has a mention of this article quoting the contributions of this great artist and author, and hence this question. Now coming back to the question. The Indian Society of Oriental Art was an art society that was founded in Calcutta in the year 1907 by Abanindranath Tagore with his brother Gaganendranath Tagore. Therefore, statement number 1 becomes correct. Also, Abanindranath Tagore was a prominent artist of the Bengal School of Art. And this school of art focused on Swadeshi values and was associated with Indian nationalism. Statement number 2 is also correct. Most of Abanindranath Tagore's work revolved around Hindu philosophy. However, most famous among his paintings are that of Bharat Mata, My Mother, the passing of Shah Jahan, and also the victory of Buddha. Now coming to statement number 3. Amar Shonar Bangla is a song that was written in the year 1905 during the partition of Bengal. This was written to sow the seed of nationalism in the hearts of people. But this was written by Rabindranath Tagore and not Abanindranath Tagore, making statement number 3 incorrect. Therefore, the right answer to this question would be option C, 1 and 2 only. Moving on to question number 3. The Tigray region, recently in news, borders with which of these countries? Number 1, Eritrea. Number 2, South Sudan. Number 3, Sudan. Number 4, Djibouti. First, let us take a look at the context. This article in the Indian Express newspaper today talks about the Tigray crisis. So this crisis began with a conflict between the Ethiopia's federal government and the ruling party in the Tigray region. It was believed that in this conflict, Eritrea, which borders Ethiopia, and this Tigray region in Ethiopia was helping Tigray with its own forces. Now, as a part of the latest development, this article in the Indian Express newspaper states that Amhara forces from the region that borders Tigray will launch an offensive against the Tigray forces. Why? Because the Tigray forces have entered the Amhara region and have taken control over a town in Amhara. In this context, the location of Tigray region and its borders becomes important, hence this question. As we can see here, Tigray is the northernmost part of Ethiopia and it borders Sudan as well as Eritrea. Therefore, the right answer to this question would be Eritrea and Sudan, which is option C, 1 and 3 only. Also, from the examination point of view, the Horn of Africa region and also the countries surrounding the Red Sea will become important for our examination. A task for you for today is to list out the countries bordering the Red Sea. Let us know in the comment section below. Moving on to question number 4. Which of the given statements with respect to PMGDISHA scheme is or are correct? Its objective is to enhance institutional mechanisms for skill development and increase access to quality and market-relevant training for the workforce. The scheme is applicable only for rural areas of the country. The scheme is implemented by the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. All households where none of the family member is digitally literate will be considered as eligible households under the scheme. Why this question? There is a mention of PMGDISHA in the PIB article that lists out the program and schemes launched by the Government of India to promote digital literacy among women. And therefore, we've taken up this question. PMGDISHA stands for Pradhan Mantri Gramin Digital Saksharata Abhiyan. Now going back to the question, statement number 1 is incorrect because the focus of the scheme is not skill development but it is promoting digital literacy. This scheme was launched to make 6 crore persons in the rural areas across India digitally literate. By digitally literate, it means that the beneficiaries would be taught to operate computers, smartphones, browse the internet, carry out cashless transactions among the other things. Yes, the scheme is applicable only to rural India, therefore statement 2 becomes correct. The PMGDISHA scheme is implemented by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, making statement number 3 incorrect. Now, who is eligible under this scheme? Any one person from a rural household is eligible for this kind of training. All the households where none of the family member is digitally literate will be considered as an eligible household under the scheme. So the person to be eligible for this scheme must be number 1 digitally illiterate, number 2 should belong to a rural household where nobody in the family is digitally literate, and number 3 should be in the age group of 14 to 60 years. Therefore, considering the criteria, statement number 4 becomes correct. Therefore, the right answer to this question would be option B, 2 and 4 only. Now let us take up a previous year question from Prelims 2018. The terms WannaCry, Petya, Eternal Blue, sometimes mentioned in the news recently, are related to option A, exoplanets, option B, cryptocurrency, option C, cyber attacks, option D, mini satellites. What was WannaCry? WannaCry was a ransomware crypto worm and it was a hacking attack. When it comes to Petya, it was a malware that was detected in the year 2016. And Eternal Blue is a cyber attack exploit that was developed by the US National Security Agency. So all of these 3 are related to cyber attacks. Therefore, the right answer would be option C. Now let us take up the fact of the day for today. That is Mahila Kisan Sashaktikaran Pariyojana. The Mahila Kisan Sashaktikaran Pariyojana is a scheme of women farmers, and this PIB article has a mention of the scheme, and hence we've taken this up for discussion today. The Department of Rural Development under the Ministry of Rural Development launched this scheme as a subcomponent of the DAYNRLM, which is Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana, National Rural Livelihoods Mission. The scheme is being implemented since the year 2011, and this program is being implemented in project mode through the State Rural Livelihoods Mission. So the State Rural Livelihoods Mission becomes the project implementing agency. So why was this scheme launched? Women farmers or Mahila Kisans make up for 1/3 of the agricultural laborers and almost half of the self-employed farmers in our country. And most of the women-headed households are not able to access the extension services or farmer support institutions and production assets such as the seeds, water, credit and subsidy that is provided by the government for the benefit of farmers. Also, as agricultural workers, women are paid lower wages as compared to men. And this scheme, that is the Mahila Kisan Sashaktikaran Pariyojana, was launched to help as well as extend support to such women farmers and empower them. So, what are the objectives of this scheme? Number one, its primary objective is to empower women by making systematic investments which will enhance their participation and also help them increase their productivity, which is agricultural productivity. Number two, this scheme focuses on creating a sustaining agriculture-based livelihood for rural women. The next key objective of the MKSP is to provide women involved in agriculture and related activities access to various information sources and support mechanisms. That is, they will be provided information regarding various support measures that the government already has in place, which can help them get a sustained and long-term benefit while being involved in agriculture. Number 4 would be improving the skills of women farmers and to assist women farmers involved in agriculture. So what kind of assistance is provided through the Mahila Kisan Sashaktikaran Pariyojana? The assistance provided includes community managed sustainable agriculture, which will help them reduce the cost of cultivation and also increase their net incomes while involving the community in farming. Number 2, non-pesticide management. Number 3, zero budget natural farming. That is farming that involves zero credit and no chemical fertilizers. Number 4, Pashu Sakhi model for doorstep animal care services. And the last but not the least would be sustainable regeneration and harvesting of non-timber forest produce. So basically all the projects under the Mahila Kisan Sashaktikaran Pariyojana are aimed at providing direct as well as indirect support to women involved in agriculture and related activities in the rural areas of India. That is all for today. Thank you for being with us. Keep watching and keep learning.